Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon in the Veterans Memorial Auditorium. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Western Wayne Athletic Awards ceremony for the 2020-2021 school year. I would first like to take a moment to recognize the incredible drive of our student athletes to be successful during such a difficult year. You've been faced with many unforeseen challenges, which paired with the typical challenges of a student athlete. Both academics and athletics look differently this year. But despite the adversity, our Western Wayne student athletes rose to the occasion. As representatives of Western Wayne, you represented your school, your family, and your community with class and respect. At this time, I'd like to take a few moments to thank some individuals who helped make this school year a success. First, I'd like to recognize our athletic director, Mr. Black, and his assistant, Mrs. Ormiston, for their efforts throughout the school year, and especially with the organization of this event. Thank you to the entire Western Wayne administrative team and our school board for their support of our athletic programs. Thank you to our athletic trainer, Troy Olszewski, and to our coaches. And to our coaches for their commitment to Western Wayne athletic programs. Thank you to our teachers and support staff for holding our athletes to such a high academic standard. And finally, I'd like to thank our parents and our guardians for their continued efforts to encourage our athletes as they develop into respectable young men and women. Thank you. This afternoon, we're here to celebrate the accomplishments of all of our student athletes and our athletic teams. Our coaches and our athletic director will be presenting awards that signify hard work, dedication, and talents of our students. As a former athlete and a coach, I truly appreciate the commitment that these students and coaches demonstrate in their respective sports. Their commitment helped to produce championships, all-stars, state qualifiers, state medalists, and simply just better individuals. I want to personally congratulate all of our student athletes and coaches for their success on many levels, and to let you know that because of you, we're all proud to be Western Wayne Wildcats. To kick off our awards program, it's my honor to introduce to you Western Wayne Athletic Director, Mr. Robert Black.
Thank you, Mr. Nagorski. So without further ado, we'll move right into the awards. Today, the first team will be boys and girls cross-country teams. If they could come to the stage, please. The boys and girls cross-country teams. And Coach Warner.
Awesome job representing the boys this year. We had 5 winning meets this year, which was awesome. We only lost 2, that was, but we lost them very closely, and they did an awesome job. For most improved athlete, I have Chris Maloney. Is Lucas Putnam. And for the girls' most improved athlete, we have Sydney Hutchinson. And the Wildcat Coaches Award goes to Haley Estes. females is Maddie Kammer. And Haley Estes would have went to states in a normal year, but they decreased the number of students that, or the athletes that they would take for cross country this year, so they did not get to go. But in a normal year, they would have qualified for states. I just wanted to- And
Okay, so I'd like to add that Maddie was also a first team All-League selection as well as Sydney. So congratulations to the league honors as well. So as you saw with cross country, the accomplishments of both the individuals and the team occurred, and this is a repeating theme here at Western Wayne you'll see throughout this afternoon. The next team we'd like to call to the stage is the football team. And Coach Wolf as well. A couple things about the football team as they come to the stage. They finished 4-1 in league, 5-1 overall. They shared LFC Division II championship. Among the players that were recognized by the league for All-Star, first team, Zane Janishevsky, Kyle Garino, Luke Janishevsky, and Zane actually in 2 positions. Second team, Adam Silfies, Julian Walk, Thomas Janaski, and Kyle Garino as well. So without further ado, Coach Randy Wolf.
Good afternoon, everybody. Again, I'd like to thank Mr. Black, the administration, our school board, our community, the student body for all the great support we had this year. In this crazy year, especially with football, with all the contact and so on, we were very lucky to be able to do what we did. These guys sacrificed a ton, just following all the rules and regulations like everybody, but just football being a different type of sport that it is as far as the contact. I thought they did a fantastic job and deserve to be recognized for that. We didn't have one issue on the whole team all year, and I think that's a great thing to applaud. Mr. Black touched upon our season. We're very thrilled, very happy. Obviously, we have the division, should say co-division champs. It's a great accomplishment. Really looking forward to building on it this year, this coming season. As far as the award winners are concerned, the most improved athlete. This is something that, going into the season, we're really unsure about this individual. Really changed his body and his appearance and his athletic ability really over the winter. Done a great job coming in, unsure what he was going to do, and then ended up being our starting center. And something that we didn't have to worry about the entire season to really battle against those bigger schools. Nate Swingles are most improved. The Wildcat Award, this is actually an award that I've been giving out for quite a few years as far as the criteria for how this is concerned. This individual really is the backbone of what programs are built upon. Very, extremely unselfish, never worried about his own accolades or stats, and pretty much did exactly what he needed to do for our team to be successful, and that was pretty much hit one of the opposite teams, better defensive players 26 times a game. I mean, just very, very extremely physical and unselfish, never said a word. Defensively was all over the field, was a 3-year starter for us. The Wildcat Award goes to Adam Silfitz. Most outstanding athlete, MVP. I know a lot of coaches can say this, but we really could have had numerous individuals. It just so happened this year, we had someone that was a little bit further than everybody else as far as the spotlight goes and what he meant to us as far as our football team. Mr. Wack kind of mentioned a couple of the accolades that he got as far as Player of the Year, multiple media outlets, including the Scranton Times, was an all-regional Player of the Year, first team All-State, and was the Caesar Award winner for our league and our counties, which is pretty much goes along with the Heisman type of thing as far as high school football in our area. Had a fantastic season, he really did. Best thing about football, though, he couldn't do anything without the other 10 guys that were on that football field. That's the best part about football. Most outstanding athlete is Zane Giudichescu. Again, thanks everybody. Anybody interested? Spring ball's going on this week. Have a good day.
He's not wrong either. Oh my God! Oh, sorry. Athletic player. Of course. Take the Cleveland and knock over the camera.
Next, I'd like to recognize the football cheerleaders. The football cheerleaders can come to the stage, please.
Oh, Maddie. Nice job.
Overrated. Yeah.
Commissioner Plotty couldn't be present today, but she wanted me to say a couple words first. For most improved athlete, someone that came out for the first time and involved in the team, and came a long ways to be part of the cheerleading squad. For most improved is Sarah Collins. The Wildcat Coaches Award goes to Lily Visiglia. And for the most outstanding cheerleader football, Madison Bauer. Thank you, ladies. Congratulations.
Say Rook.
The next sport we'd like to call up is the golf team. The golf team is up to the stage. As the golf team comes up,
No, don't wait. I knew Matt felt.
so the golf team finished 2-6 in league in a short season. We'd like to recognize Matt Stone, who qualified for the District 2 championships. He was also named second team All-League.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Matt Stone.
What's going on, guys? I'd like to recognize my seniors, Matt Stone and Alan Timeline. My juniors include Morgan Cocadrilli, Donovan Burdick, Richie Reed, and Audrey Lawler. Those guys were real saviors for me this year. My sophomore, Spencer Weincheck, and freshmen included Dylan Davitt. So golf can best be defined as an endless series of tragedies obscured by an occasional miracle. And I think this season definitely proved that. Anyone who plays golf competitively would probably understand that saying. We had a little bit of a slow start to the season and a few heartbreaking losses. We ended 2-6, as Mr. Black had mentioned. We had a relatively inexperienced team, and when I say the juniors saved me, we graduated quite a few seniors last year, and I really didn't know what this lineup was going to look like. So we had a lot of fun, and a lot of learning occurred this year, to say the least. So some highlights on the season include Spencer Weincheck, eagling number 8. He holed it out. At the time, I really wasn't sure if I was allowed to give him a high five, but I did anyway. Okay. Matt Stone qualified for the district tournament when the rest of the field really struggled that day. There was a series of events. It was extra windy. The course was not ready to handle that many students at that time, so it was an incredible wait time. And for him to keep that focus through those 18 holes was really impressive. Unfortunately, he was unable to play the tournament due to COVID restrictions and quarantines. So, my awards are as follows. My MVP was Matt Stone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Matt.
Second team All-Star. There's not enough good things I can say about Matt. He probably has some of the best hand-eye coordination I've ever seen coming to the golf team. He wouldn't practice all summer. He'd show up and he would just hit the ball pure. It was really frustrating for me, actually. He had the lowest average on the team, and he was just an all-around leader. My coach's award goes to Spencer Weincheck. As a sophomore, and how should I put this nicely? He's a little smaller than you might see, but incredibly determined, and that made him tough to beat on the golf course. In fact, it was almost an advantage. Opponents would look at him and kind of treat him as an underdog, and were really frustrated and surprised when he would beat them. So as an underclassman and sophomore, he has real promise on the golf team, and we're looking forward to what he's going to bring. My most improved award is a tough one for me to decide. Fortunately, golf is very numbers focused, but all my juniors put in a ton of time and effort this season. It was truly a learning experience for them. They were never afraid to ask questions, and they really put the effort in to become better at an incredibly difficult sport. Based on the numbers, Richie Reed was able to drop his scores the fastest, and that made him a staple in this year's lineup. I'm really proud of this team this year. Record might not show it, but we definitely learned a lot, and we're looking forward to what our returning players are going to do next fall. I may be leaving the classroom, but I will not be leaving the golf course. So if you're looking for a fall sport, come see me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Matt.
Let's go, Stoney.
Of course, no one in my heart.
Congratulations. The next team we'd like to recognize is the boys soccer team. As the boys come up, I'd just like to say that while they struggled with record, they went through a lot of adversity. The year before, they graduated a lot of seniors, and of course, we had the COVID issue where they had been shut down throughout the year, so they missed opportunities. And I'm sure Coach Fitzsimmons will say a little bit about that. So without further ado, Coach Fitzsimmons.
To say it was a tough season is a little bit of an understatement. 20-some years, I don't think I have had a season where we didn't win a game. So, we did, however, lose out and playing in 5 games that were potential some victories in there. So COVID restrictions kind of hurt us in that regard as well. But I would say this team competed every game, and I don't think any team that beat us had an easy go on it. So that's a testament to them. We did have one All-Star, first team All-Star for Lackawanna League Division II was Ashley Simmons for midfield. And now I'd like to give out my awards. So my most improved athlete, there are a bunch of players that I could have chosen this year, and I really struggled with this. But this one that I did decide on started off really slow. Wasn't even getting JV time too much, and was kind of goofing around a little too much before we had a nice little conversation. And based on some COVID restrictions and some injuries and things like that, next thing you know, now he's starting varsity. And once he did start varsity, he never came out of the lineup, and we actually acquired a very talented player. So this year's most improved player and somebody that we look for big things next year is Marshall Davis. The Wildcat Coaches Award. So this one is going out to a player who, maybe didn't get the most time or the most accolades or anything like that, but they did bring something to the team. And this person, first year on the team, ultimate team player, our rah-rah guy, getting you fired up at practices, at games. Didn't get much time. Never complained, never said a word, was ready to go if we needed him. This year's Wildcat Coaches Award goes to Mark Christine. And our most outstanding MVP, captain of our team, great ball skills, sees the field so well, unselfish, sometimes to a fault, looking for others, expecting big things from him in his senior year. As I mentioned, first team All-Star from the midfield position. This year's MVP goes to Ashton Fitzsimmons. So in closing, I want to wish our seniors nothing but the best. It has been a blast coaching you for the last 4 years, most of you. We pretty much have our whole team back for next year. And we have about 8 or 9 eighth graders coming up who are talented. We're already down at Riverfront playing full field sessions. So those no wins are going to go to a lot more wins next year, I expect. So thank you and enjoy the rest of your year.
Who's the feeder?
Thank you, Coach. The next team I'd like to call to the stage is the girls soccer team. The girls soccer team is going to be stage. So girls soccer had a very good year. They finished 8-3 in league, 9-5 overall. Advanced to the District 2 semifinals. Milestones include Cassie Asinski reaching the 100-goal milestone and establishing a new school record. They also had a number of recognized by the league All-Stars, Cassie Asinski first team, as well as being co-MVP and All-State. Jaden Gregory first team, Michaela Gregory second team, and Lena Piccolino second team, Ella Pavlovich second team. So here, on behalf of the girls soccer team, is head coach Tyler Jakes.
So definitely, it was a year of transition, not only for myself, but for the girls. Me stepping into a new role, especially with a group of girls, is definitely tough. But for them, transitioning to a new coach is, they came out and competed, they bought in, and this is why they came out as successful as they did. They didn't block at anything I had to say. Of course, girls are going to complain about things, but it's, for the most part, they came out, did what they had to do, and in turn, they had a great season. Throughout the year, in the off-season, they're already putting in the work, and it's a testament to them. So for me, the Coach's Award is someone that is a senior, and I named captain second, third week of training. She came out, asked a bunch of questions, helped me transition to the new role. And most importantly, she was a positive reinforcer for her teammates, and that's what made the team so successful, is her having their back. And our Coach's Award goes to Michaela Gregory. Most improved. This, again, for me, was a tough one. We had so many young girls on the team. But it's someone that I kind of transitioned to a new position. And again, someone that just asked questions, always asked how she could be better, and someone that's willing to do that and put in the work and not complain about where she's playing or how much she's playing. It says a lot to me and my assistant, and for that reason, the most improved goes to Syra Beeler. And for the most outstanding athlete, the accolades say enough for her. She came out, she was the best player on the field most of the time, if not all the time. She's going on to play collegiate soccer, which is a huge testament to her and her work ethic. Our most outstanding athlete is Cassidy Asinski. And And again, as we transition to a new year, I know we have some new faces coming in, not too many. Spread the word. We're always looking for new girls. We're always willing to put in the work. We have a good group of girls here that are willing to take you on, to put you under their wing and help you along and help you play soccer. So if you know anyone, please feel free. And we're just going to keep working in the off season, play in the winter, and then now in the spring and a full field season. So we're looking forward to it.
Okay, congratulations, girls soccer team. The next team I'd like to ask come to the stage is the girls tennis team. Girls tennis. All right, so Coach Amos couldn't be here for the team, but he emailed me some comments that he'd like to, on each of the players. First, for most improved. This is a player that went from playing mostly JV matches to playing all varsity matches by the end of the season. She became a very solid doubles player for the team, and that improvement is, that player is Allison Vichinsky. The Wildcat Award is someone that developed into a very steady player for Western Wayne. When she played doubles at districts, playing the #1 seeded team, her and Rachel rallied to make it a very close match, almost upsetting the #1 seeded team. So the Coach's Award goes to Ava Compton. And finally, for the most outstanding player, this is a player that developed into a very solid player, again winning most of her matches and playing in the #1 spot for Western Wayne. That is Rachel Tillman. Congratulations, ladies. The next team I'd like to bring to the stage is the girls volleyball team. Girls volleyball. So as the girls come up to the stage, girls volleyball finished 5-2 in league, 7-5 overall. Milestones include Kaylee Romanowski reaching the 1,000 assist mark. This team also reached the District 2 finals for the second year in a row, I might add. Finishing runner-up, quite a year. So without further ado, most improved athlete, Skylar Long. The Wildcat Coaches Award goes to Kathy Shepard. And the most outstanding athlete for girls volleyball on the 2020 school year is Kaylee Romanowski. So Kaylee was a first team all-league, and Skylar Long was a second team all-league. So the girls volleyball team, congratulations. So we're going to transition to the winter sports. First, I'd like to call up the boys basketball team, please. So, boys basketball was represented by, in the all-star voting by Matt Henneforth for his first team. Speaking on behalf of the boys basketball team is assistant coach Matt Fitzsimmons.
So
I said this for soccer, I'll say it for basketball. It's a tough season. But I can say for this team, we never, not one time did we have the team that we thought we were going to have on the court. Not one time all season, due to either season-ending injuries, partial season-ending injuries, quarantines, COVID scares, whatever it might have been. We never had the complete team. So that makes for a tough season. That being said, congrats to Matt Henforth on his first team All-Star, well-deserved. And now to, on behalf of Coach Bolzer, go with the award. So our first award is for Most Improved Athlete. So this player, and I've been coaching these guys for quite some time, this player, I don't even think played in 7th grade, maybe came out in 8th, started to play a little bit more. Last year, played a little bit, started to get better and better. I think he led the team in three-pointers this year and became a full-time starter after not even playing for some time. This year's Most Improved Athlete basketball player is Mark Christina. The next award is for the Wildcat Coaches Award. To paint a picture, our first game's against Valley View, and we have injuries, COVID restrictions, and we go down there with 7 players to play a varsity game. And we have some players that were going to get some JV time, now they're starting varsity for the first time in their life. This player probably could have got most improved as well, but he is hardworking, he never complains, he's the muscle on the team when we need it, he just does all the dirty work, the rebounding. He's not going to score a lot of points. He scores 2, we're happy. This is Big Daddy Diesel. And then finally, our most outstanding, our MVP. Pretty easy to say. This kid was a first-team All-Star. He was our main scorer, our athlete, our rebounder, ball handler at times, a little bit of everything. But the thing I would say about this person is his attitude is always the best. It never changes, and I've been coaching him since he was a little kid. He's the same person he was in 4th grade as he is in his senior year. And I would say this is a no-brainer. Our MVP for this year is Matt Henforth. And again, we plan on changing that 0 wins to a lot more wins next year. We're already down at Riverfront playing in our summer league, so we'll be back. Okay? Congrats, guys.
And of course, it was a different environment this winter without the student section as well. I know the players missed having their peers there supporting them. The next team I'd like to call to the stage is the girls basketball team. So girls basketball this year had a great year. They finished 11-2 in the division, 15-6 overall. They were Division II champions, the first division championship for girls basketball in 30 years. They also advanced to the District II final game, which was played at Mohegan Sun Arena, where unfortunately they lost a tough game to eventual champions Riverside. Notable milestones include Kaylee Romanowski scoring her 1,000th career point. She was also named Division II Player of the Year. She made first team All-Star, as well as Kathy Shepard being named honorable mention, which in my estimation was highway robbery, but they had really a great year. And it's too bad that you guys didn't get an opportunity to see him play in person. Hopefully that'll change as we've been having the seniors, right? Everybody coming back. And you guys are going to see something I think really special this next year. So without further ado, this person, I'm going to say a couple of things because I was at every single one of the games and really followed the team closely. This one I think was someone that came on and this is most improved, did more than she was been asked in the past for the team, including taking on additional rebounding responsibilities, playing the post, moving from inside to outside. And if you know the game, it's a lot of moving pieces. And she did everything she was asked, stepped up, and was a huge part of the team. And I feel like, unfortunately, it wasn't recognized around the league. Hopefully she'll use that as fuel and fire for next year. But the most improved athlete goes to Kathy Shepard. The Wildcat Coaches Award, when I sent this out to the coaches, I told them the Coaches Award is someone that represents what epitomizes the team. And you've heard the coaches talk about the ones that work hard, the ones that don't complain. They're not talking about their minutes. They're doing what's best for the team. They're a good teammate. Coaches wish they had 100 of them on the team. And this person epitomizes that as well. She was a leader, even though she didn't start, but she definitely was a big part of the team chemistry and the team's success this year. So without further ado, Wildcat Coaches Award goes to Sarah Collins. And finally, the most outstanding athlete, of course, it goes to someone whose engine never shuts off. She's going 1,000,000 miles an hour sometimes. Actually, coach has to slow it down a little bit, but she definitely has a competitive spirit and is never satisfied. That is, so most outstanding athlete for girls basketball is Kaylee Romanowski. For the basketball team. Congratulations. The next squad I'd like to call up is cheerleading, basketball cheerleaders. Just on the stage. So while the cheerleaders make their way to the stage, it was a little different this year when it came to basketball cheerleading. Because we couldn't have fans home and away, the cheerleaders took on the added responsibility of cheering not only at the boys' game, but cheering at the girls' game, and I thought it was great and made an environment that was difficult a little bit better for the players on the court, and we certainly appreciate that, stepping up. All right, most improved athlete for cheerleading basketball, Brianna McClone. The Wildcat Coaches Award, Morgan Eden. The most outstanding cheerleading basketball, Mia Ravinsky. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you for everything you do. Can I have the wrestling team to the stage, please? Wrestling team to the stage.
I honestly shouldn't even go there. I broke my hand.
So as the wrestlers make their way to the stage, the wrestlers went 4-2 in their division, 9-4 overall. It included individual district champion Thomas Flood at 285. We also had 4 third-place finishers: Vincent Tomasetti at 106, Liam Farley at 113, Nick Arcadapine at 132, and Jake Leslie at 145. Postseason accolades include first team for Matt Leslie, first team for Thomas Flood, second team for Vinny Tomasetti, and second team for Jake Leslie. One of the milestones reached this year as well is Matt Leslie recorded his 100th career victory. Unfortunately, Coach Rush couldn't make it today, so without much fanfare, we'll go on with most improved athlete, Nicholas Arcadapine. The Wildcat Coaches Award, Nico DeBose. And most outstanding wrestler for 2020-2021, Thomas Flood. Congratulations to everybody. This year was really a great year in a difficult circumstances. Tried wrestling with masks on. It wasn't easy. And these guys did a great job. Congratulations. So just real quick before we move to spring. So girls wrestling, by the way, I heard somebody say go Lexi. Girls wrestling, we had Lexi and Tommy on the squad this year. Girls wrestling is the fastest growing sport, high school sport in the country. And it's something that we'll be moving forward with in the next school year. So if you're interested or know someone that's interested in girls wrestling, you can stop by my office and we can talk about it. All right, now on to the spring. Could I have the baseball team so that
Yeah, like please.
So the baseball team finished 10-4 in division and 10-7 overall. Was in the first round of districts in the 7th inning, unfortunately to Lakeland, but they had a great year. The all-star voting hasn't occurred for baseball, softball, or track, so we don't have those accolades for the individuals. But of course, we're here to recognize those that contribute to the team. Most improved athlete for baseball, Dustin Ferraro. The Wildcat Coaches Award, baseball, Thomas Dogolski. And most outstanding athlete in baseball for the 2021 season, Zane Janishevsky. Congratulations to the baseball team, which we're looking for better things in the future. Congratulations. Girls softball.
That should have been mine. Seriously, I'm sorry.
So girls softball went 2-12 in division, 2-13 overall. And as I mentioned, individual accolades have yet to come out. Coach Romanowski is going to come up and Coach Romanowski is going to come up and introduce, say a few things about the team, and then handle the award.
always a pleasure. As I was thinking last night of what I could say, we usually don't get an opportunity to talk too much at the regular sports banquet because we're at the end. Football will take about half hour, 45 minutes. So, basketball takes longer. And usually I have a long speech that I would like to tell the girls in the audience. This year, I wasn't going to do anything. Now I got time. Go figure. But I wrote a few things down. Hopefully I can make sense of this. As I was thinking last night, I remember this all-pro linebacker that used to play with the Chicago Bears named Mike Singletary. Somebody asked him once, what's your favorite part of the game? His response was, if you ever knew this guy, probably Coach Wolf could fill you in a little bit more, his eyes. He was known for his eyes and just his intensity in the game. But his response was the opportunity to play. And when you think about this year, and last year's spring athletes didn't have that opportunity. So with that being said, take some time to look back on this year and realize that things can change in a second. Make the most of your opportunities and work harder than your opponents. I remember hearing at one time a successful businessman, speaking of hard work, make this quote. It's always stuck in my mind. If you want to be successful, work half a day. What? If you want to be successful, work half a day. You pick the first 12 hours or the second 12 hours. You get my point? With that being said, the awards that we will issue up this evening, this afternoon, starting off with the most improved. This was probably one of the most difficult choices the coaches had to put together. There was many girls that kind of figured into the mix. But when we sat down and figured where this young lady started and her experience with softball and where she ended up at a playoff game at Lake Lehman was outstanding. She still has a long way to go. As we have our exit meetings, we explain to her what she needs to improve on. She just keeps nodding her head. Most improved softball player, is she here? Rainey Carroll. Nice pants, Tommy. Coach's Choice Award. I've heard a couple coaches say no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. This young lady, during the winter months, would run our workouts, make sure the girls were on time, being very, very responsible. I won't bore you with what the Coach's Choice is, but dynamite future leader. Coach's Choice Award goes to, drum roll, Kennedy State. The last is MVP. I'll probably start. Yeah. I guess when you get an opportunity to coach, Kayla. There are three other people I like to mention, last year's seniors, that didn't get this opportunity. They were Mackenzie Rose, Chrissy Kromko, and Amber Fender.
Congratulations. As the boys tennis, wait till you see this. Boys tennis team, please come to the stage. Yes, sir. So when we think about boys tennis, what do we think about? Of course, Lenny Mayo. Had a great career. So what do you say about Lenny? Of course, you just saw the paper on Sunday, named Player of the Year, all region, first team, 3-time District 2 champion, would have been 4 if we didn't lose last season. Twice medaled down at States. And of course, not only a great tennis player, but a great person as well. So first I'd like to say that. We did have 2 other boys play tennis. And I'd like to recognize them at this time. First, the most improved athlete in boys tennis is Kyle Rizzi. And the coach's award goes to Kelton Slivko. So that leaves the most outstanding athlete in boys tennis, and of course, Leonard Mayoko. Thank you, and congratulations. Can we get the boys track team to the stage, please? Boys track. As well as Coach Collins.
Our boys track and field team went 0-5 during the regular season and super challenging division loaded with big school competition. Our boys team combined for 3 top 5 all-time performances in school history. And on behalf of our coaching staff, I'd like to wish our seniors the best of luck in their future endeavors. And we look forward to next season. Our award winners for boys track and field. Most Improved Athlete Award. This young man carried the load for us this season in the distance events, running races from the 400 meters all the way up to the 2-mile. He was a district qualifier and will now be honored with our Most Improved Athlete this season. The Most Improved Award for boys track and field goes to sophomore Alex Chapdaddy. Our Wildcat Coaches Award. This young man's work ethic, consistency at practice, and the example he sets for his teammates this season, or that he set for his teammates this season, were second to none. He was runner-up in the pole vault at the district championship meet. He's a 2-time state championship qualifier, and he ranks number 2 all-time in school history in the pole vault. He's a junior. He served as one of our captains, and we expect very big things from him next season. Your boys track and field Coaches Award winner is Nikki Barola. Our most outstanding / team MVP. This young man qualified for districts in 8 events. He just missed breaking into the top 5 all-time in the 100, 200, and long jump this season, and he currently ranks number 3 all-time in school history in the pole vault with a clearance of 13 feet. Our boys' most outstanding athlete goes to junior Richie Reed. Congratulations, boys.
Congratulations. And as Coach mentioned, Nick finished as runner-up with the silver medal, and Richard finished 4th in the pole vault. We have the girls track team. The girls track team to the stage, please.
appreciated.
Our girls team, track and field team, went 3-2 during the regular season, again against all big school competition. We finished 5th overall at the district championship, and we won the Jordan Relays title for a 4th consecutive year. Our girls team also established 3 new top 5 all-time performances this season. And on behalf of our coaching staff, I'd like to congratulate all of our girls on a great season and for their commitment to our track and field program. Seniors, best of luck in your future endeavors. Make us proud. Our award winners for track and field this season. Most Improved Athlete Award. This young lady was super consistent at practice. She worked hard in the weight room and was always willing to stay late to continue to work on her technique. She was a district qualifier this season as a sophomore and improved upon her discus throw from 70 feet in her first throw of the season to over 84 feet by the end of the season. Our girls track and field Most Improved Athlete Award goes to Alexander Butler. Okay, our Wildcat Coaches Award. This young lady raised her level of commitment to her training and as a result became one of the most important contributors on our girls track team this season. She was a captain and a member of our 4x800 relay team that finished the season ranked number 3 all time. This young lady will be continuing her cross-country and track and field career next year at DeSales University. Our girls track and field coaches award winner goes to senior Haley Estes. Most Outstanding Team MVP. Our girls track and field most outstanding athlete was a district qualifier in 4 events. She was a state qualifier and a district champion this season. She currently ranks number 2 all-time in the girls pole vault with a clearance of 11 feet, which is pretty impressive. She was selected as a Lackawanna League All-Star, so a little insider information. We had 2 girls make the Lackawanna League Coaches All-Star team. Maddie Kammer in the distance events, and Ella Dewar in the pole vault. So, very likely an all-region selection too for Ella. Our girls track and field most outstanding athlete goes to junior Ella Dewar. Congratulations to our girls track and field team.
Congratulations to all the girls on a great season. Could I have the boys volleyball team, please?
Oh, award for the worst bladder.
So, as the boys make their way to the stage, the boys had a great season, finished 9-3 in division, 11-5 overall, qualifying for districts, where we hosted seeded number 4 and hosted Blue Ridge. The postseason accolades include second team for Jeremiah Poller, first team for Caleb Hoke, and first team for Matt Hennefort. Matt was also named the league player of the year and set a new school record for kills at 599 career kills. So congratulations to all the individuals and the team on a great year. Without further ado, most improved athlete, Jeremiah Poller. The Wildcat Coaches Award goes to the floor captain, Caleb Hope. And most outstanding athlete, boys volleyball, Matthew Hennefort. Great season. So before we get to the athlete of the year, we've heard this time and time again when people describe you sitting in this auditorium as student athletes. the student comes first. And of course, for some people, the only time they ever see me is on a Thursday morning or a Thursday afternoon when I'm running grades. But I have to tell you, it's getting better, and I'm really proud of everybody, how hard you guys work in the classroom. When I coached, I used to tell people that you can see what kind of person, I know what kind of student they are by watching them on the field or on the court. Because those things don't leave you as a person. So, and I think we have some of the finest student athletes, not only in the county, but the entire league. The Lackawanna Interscholastic Athletic Association has, each school nominates 2 scholar athletes to be recognized. This year, we'd like to recognize those athletes here in front of their peers. So please come to the stage, District 2 LIAA Scholar Athlete nominees, Cassidy Asinski and Nicholas Curtis. Congratulations to both of those athletes. Mr. Grigorski, welcome to the mic. Now, without further ado, what you've been waiting for is the male and female athlete of the year. So, the female athlete of the year, as voted on by the coaches and administration, is someone that you saw on the stage repeatedly tonight. Is a 3-sport athlete, 3-sport all-star, and someone that is also someone that doesn't give up, someone that works hard and is competitive, never likes to lose. This year's female Athlete of the Year, representing Western Wayne, Kaylee Romanowski. Congratulations, Kaylee. The Male Athlete of the Year. Again, this is someone that you saw on the stage repeatedly tonight, is an all-star in multiple sports, someone that is definitely a competitor and doesn't like to lose. The Western Wayne Wildcat Male Athlete of the Year for 2020-2021, Zane Janishevsky. Congratulations, both Zane and Kaylee, Athletes of the Year. So, Mr. Jaworski has a few closing remarks. After, I would like all of the award winners, please stay so we can get some pictures, please. All the award winners stay in the auditorium after closing remarks. Thank you.
Good job, Dave.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank Mr. Black, Mrs. Ormiston, Mr. Barr for helping us this afternoon. Again, I want to congratulate all the coaches and all of our student athletes. And again, we stress student athletes on your incredible accomplishments in what was an extremely difficult year. On behalf of the administrative team in the Western Wayne School District, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today and showing your support for Western Wayne Athletics. Your support means a great deal to each of our student athletes, and we thank you sincerely. Have a good afternoon.